Hari Om and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is Yamuna Devi. Thank you. You know, a fire can do two things. A fire can light a candle to bring light to a home, or that same fire can burn a house down. So we have those two existing fires within us, and that fire can actually be transmuted. So we have the choice to use that fire to light our house internally or burn our house. We can burn our relationships. We can burn our friendships. Everything, even within us, we can burn ourselves out. And that same light that is within us can illuminate our inner house, our inner being, and it can also bring light to our relationships, to our home. So the choice is ours of how we want to utilize that light. That light is a fire, and that fire can be anger, and it can be used for joy. We have that option to transmute it. That same fire of anger to joy, to light of joy. And that light of joy is within us. It's there. It's already there. Already there, waiting for us to light it up and experience that joy. We are not here to experience anger. If anger comes, it's fleeting, but not to allow it to linger for too long, because that fire will burn the house. It will burn our inner house, our inner being, and it will create frustration. It will create anger. It will create irritability. We will start burning our relationships down. So we have the choice to choose how we want to use that inner light. If we wanted to bring joy to our house or to bring anger into our house. And many people tell me, I don't know, Yamuna, I've been feeling always since I was little this anger inside. And we try to, work through it, and we experience that anger, but we feel that anger lingering too long. And it's important to realize that you are not that anger. In Ayurveda, we talk about it as Pitta dosha. Pitta dosha is a combination of two elements, fire and water. And that fire, when it comes out of control, out of imbalance, we experience, apart from other physiological things, we experience emotionally, we can experience the anger. But that same fire, when it is in balance, we can experience that joy, that light, that happiness, that clarity. So we have the choice of how we want to utilize that fire. Whether it's in excess, it's not healthy. And even if it's much less that fire, right? If that fire is dim, what do you think we experience? We experience lack of motivation. We experience like there's no life. That lack of motivation, lack of luster, lack of life, lack of livelihood. We feel it when it's diminished. So what does this mean? That we cannot go either extreme. The middle path, that seek that right balance. So once you realize that you are not that anger, that you have that fire hidden within, that fire of joy, fire of happiness, the light of joy hidden within you, you realize that you can change that fire into that joy, that anger into that joy. So observing that and knowing that, okay, the anger is there, we can experience it, but I can also choose, I have the choice to choose whether I want to live in that anger or if I want to live in joy, if joy feels comfortable for me and it feels wonderful. So it's okay to experience that irritability, but choose not to allow it to linger too long. If you feel uncomfortable, okay, feel it, but don't stay in that space too long because it's not healthy and it will burn your house down. How can we do that? By realizing that you are not that anger. That is really, really important. You are not that anger. And that same fire that can extinguish the house, can burn the house, can diminish the house, deplete it, eliminate it, is the same fire that can light the candle and can bring light and life to your life. So if you feel even lack of motivation, that means that your fire is diminished, that it is low, that we can ignite it, stimulate it. Maybe doing movement, exercise, your diet is really important. Stimulate that inner Agni, that inner fire, so that you can experience that life, that motivation, that luster of life, that joy. So I want to tell you that you are not your anger. And that same anger, if we think about it, it wants to control. It has this need to control. And people who predominate this dosha, pitta dosha, they have this innate feeling and need to control. It is that fire. And that fire, when it comes out of balance, it has to be perfect. And there's this sense of perfectionism, the sense that, no one can do it better than I can. But underlying this control, there is fear. Because there is a doubt of, what if things don't work out the way I want them to? That is why the need to control is there. What if it doesn't work out? And control ends up feeding fear. And that fear feeds control. It's this symbiotic relationship. So that control, that anger, lives with fear. And you don't trust. You don't trust people. You start closing in. And then that creates issues, right? Because there's no light. There's no joy. You're not living in your joy. You're living in a space of imbalance without even realizing it. And it happens so much. So I'm here to tell you that you are not your imbalance. You are not the control. You are not the anger. You are not the frustration. You are not the lack of motivation. You are that light, that joy, plenitude, that happiness. You are that flow. Where there is light, there is no darkness. Darkness disappears. There's no fear, because now we change fear into trust. And when we trust, we can trust. With control leaves, fear leaves. But when there's fear, there's a need to control. And when there's control, there's a fear of losing, a fear of not being able to have things a certain way, of not allowing things to be the way you want them to, or not knowing the outcome that is fearful, right? When the person doesn't know what the outcome will be of a certain project, of a certain situation, there's underlying fear and the need to control. But what the people don't know is that what you think, quote unquote, you are controlling is actually controlling you. Think about it. What you think you are controlling is actually controlling you, is actually taking over you. And that is not healthy, right? And that is burning you out. That is hurting you. Choose flow. Choose to flow with life. Choose to trust life. Choose to live in your light. Say that today. Repeat it into your energetic field. And it happens. You are changing your mental program. I choose to live in my light. And really believe it because it is there. It's hidden within you. I choose to live in my light. I'm not going to feed my anger. My anger lives off of fear. My anger wants to control. I am not the anger. I am not the fear. I am not that sense of control. I choose to allow my life to flow with ease. I choose to live in that light, in that space of truth. And I choose faith. Because where there is faith, where there is trust, there is no confusion. There is no confusion. There is only clarity, and that is what light gives. Light gives us that clarity to think clearly, to see clearly, to experience life clearly, and it gives us that motivation to live our life joyfully. So think about that. Control does not serve us, doesn't serve us. It thinks it does because it's the fear that is controlling us, the fear of the unknown too, because you don't know what will happen. And it's so interesting because it is just like this kind of like a spiral, right? It's like that control, need to control. Why? Because there is fear that it's not going to come out well. So that fear, if it intensifies, guess what happens? That creates anxiety. So it's like this whole kind of yarn that's entangled, and you're trying to untangle the pieces, the knots. And those knots are those hidden things, hidden expressions of the control. The control, the fear, the anxiety, the doubt, confusion, right? All those things are entangled in that yarn. And we cannot sew anything. We cannot knit anything. We cannot create anything properly because of all those knots and those entanglements that are there. So we have to start slowly seeing, observing, witnessing, untangling those knots so that we can create something beautiful from our life. And that is our life. You are here to live joyfully, to live happily, to live a beautiful life. You're not here to be miserable, to be stressed, to be anxious and worried. No, you're here to live your life as a human being, to express the beauty of what it is to live, to be human. And it is so beautiful. There are ups and downs. That is beautiful too. Those are the hidden lessons within our life. And we are here to learn every moment. So choose to live in joy. Use that fire, inner fire, to light the joy that is within. One practice you can do to change your program, right? To feel a little lighter, to feel better, is to just smile. Even if you just smile 10 seconds, just smile, and it will change what you are thinking, what you are feeling, and you will feel better. So, I send you so much love. This is a little food for thought so you can reflect and think and change your program, because life is beautiful to not be lived fully. Motivation is hidden within you. Everything is there within you. Depression goes away when you light that light. Depression comes in a dark space when we are not feeling well, when things haven't come out the way we want them to, maybe. We have certain expectations, or something difficult in our life is happening and we don't know how to deal with it. But if we just turn that light on within, we can start seeing clearly and understanding that we are not that depression as well. We're not the anger, we're not the anxiety, we're not the depression. And we need to let go that need to control. When we try to control, things get harder, because that thing that we think we are controlling is actually controlling us. Think about it. So let your life flow. I choose to flow. Repeat to yourself, I choose to flow. My life flows with ease. And I choose happiness. I choose to light that light of happiness and joy. Thank you so much for being here. I send you so much love, and be happy, happy, happy. Do not negotiate your peace of mind. Do not negotiate your happiness. Your happiness is yours. Your peace is yours. Do not give it to anyone. Experience it. Live in it. Thank you, Hari Om. Many blessings.